Isime was the most beautiful woman in the village of Udum. Her radiant skin glowed like the morning sun, and her laughter echoed through the hills, bringing joy to everyone who heard it. Men from far and wide were drawn to her, not just for her beauty but for her kind heart and gentle spirit. She was the pride of Udum, a symbol of hope and grace. But beneath her beauty lay a dark secret. A mysterious curse had plagued Isime since childhood, though she was unaware of its origins. Every man who dared to love her suffered a terrible fate. Some went blind, others lost their voices, and a few even died. The villagers began to whisper, their admiration turning to fear. Isime's beauty, once a blessing, became a curse that no one could explain. The first victim of the curse was Emeka, a young farmer who had fallen deeply in love with Isime. He was strong, kind, and full of dreams for their future. Their love blossomed quickly, and the village celebrated their union. But on the night of their wedding, tragedy struck. Emeka woke up screaming, clutching his eyes. By morning, he was completely blind. The villagers were horrified. They had never seen anything like it. Isime wept uncontrollably, blaming herself for Emeka's suffering. She begged the elders to find a solution, but they were just as baffled. Rumors spread like wildfire, and soon, Isime was no longer seen as a blessing but as a harbinger of doom. The curse had begun its reign of terror. As months passed, more men fell victim to the curse. Each tragedy deepened the villagers' fear and suspicion. Isime became an outcast, shunned by those who once adored her. The elders convened a meeting to discuss the strange occurrences. Some believed Isime was a witch, while others thought she was possessed by an evil spirit. Isime pleaded her innocence, but her cries fell on deaf ears. The villagers demanded answers, and the elders decided to consult the oracle. The oracle was the only one who could uncover the truth behind the curse. Isime, desperate to clear her name, agreed to the consultation. Little did she know, the oracle's revelation would change her life forever. The oracle, an ancient woman with piercing eyes, performed a series of rituals to uncover the truth. She chanted in a language no one understood, her voice rising and falling like the wind. Finally, she revealed the shocking truth: Isime had been cursed as a child by a jealous stepmother using black magic. The curse, the oracle explained, had given Isime a second set of female genitalia, a mark of shame and a tool of destruction. Any man who slept with her would suffer the consequences. The villagers were stunned. Isime collapsed in tears, her world shattered. The stepmother's jealousy had ruined her life, and now, she was paying the price. The villagers, horrified by the oracle's revelation, decided to banish Isime from Udum. They believed her presence would bring more misfortune to the village. Isime begged for mercy, but the elders were unmoved. They gave her one day to pack her belongings and leave. As Isime walked through the village for the last time, she felt the weight of their stares. The place she once called home had turned its back on her. With a heavy heart, she left Udum, determined to find a way to break the curse and reclaim her life. Her journey into the unknown had just begun. Isime wandered through the forest, her heart heavy with sorrow. She had no destination in mind, only the hope of finding a way to break the curse. The forest was dense and unfamiliar, but Isime pressed on, driven by her determination to survive. As night fell, she found shelter under a large tree. The sounds of the forest surrounded her, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, and the distant howl of a wolf. Isime felt a pang of loneliness but reminded herself that she was not defeated. She would find a way to overcome the curse, no matter how long it took. Days turned into weeks as Isime traveled through the wilderness. She learned to fend for herself, foraging for food and finding water in streams. Her resilience grew with each passing day, and she began to feel a sense of freedom she had never known before. One day, she stumbled upon a small village on the outskirts of the forest. The villagers welcomed her with kindness, unaware of her cursed past. Isime decided to stay, hoping to start a new life. She introduced herself as Ada, a name she chose to leave her old identity behind. For the first time in years, she felt a glimmer of hope. In the new village, Isime met a kind stranger named Chike. He was a farmer who lived on the outskirts of the village and often helped those in need. Chike was drawn to Isime's quiet strength and offered her a place to stay. Grateful for his kindness, Isime accepted. As they spent time together, Isime found herself opening up to Chike. She told him about her past, omitting the details of the curse. Chike listened without judgment, offering words of comfort and encouragement. Isime felt a connection she hadn't felt in years, but she feared getting too close, knowing the curse could strike again. Isime and Chike grew closer with each passing day. They worked together on the farm, shared meals, and talked late into the night. Isime began to feel a sense of belonging she had never known before. But the fear of the curse lingered in the back of her mind. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Chike confessed his feelings for Isime. He told her he had never met anyone like her and wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. Isime's heart swelled with emotion, but she hesitated. She knew she had to tell him the truth about the curse, no matter the consequences. With a heavy heart, Isime told Chike about the curse. She explained how it had ruined her life and the lives of those who had loved her. Chike listened in silence, his expression unreadable. When she finished, there was a long pause. Finally, Chike spoke. He told Isime that he didn't care about the curse. He loved her for who she was, not for what had happened to her. Isime was overwhelmed with emotion. For the first time, she felt truly loved and accepted. But she knew the curse was still a threat, and she vowed to find a way to break it. Isime and Chike decided to seek out a cure for the curse. They traveled to distant villages, consulting healers, priests, and wise men. Each person they met offered a different solution, but none could break the curse. Despite the setbacks, Isime remained determined. She refused to let the curse define her future. One day, they met an old woman who claimed to know about the curse. She told them that breaking it would require a great sacrifice. Isime was willing to do anything, but the old woman warned her that the path ahead would be fraught with danger. Undeterred, Isime and Chike pressed on, their bond growing stronger with each challenge they faced. The old woman directed Isime and Chike to a sacred mountain where they would face the trial of fire. According to legend, only those who passed the trial could break a curse as powerful as Isime's. The journey to the mountain was treacherous, but they supported each other every step of the way. At the mountain's peak, they encountered a blazing fire. The old woman's voice echoed in their minds, instructing Isime to walk through the flames. Terrified but determined, Isime stepped into the fire. To her amazement, the flames did not burn her. Instead, they cleansed her, filling her with a sense of peace and renewal. The curse, however, remained. Though the trial of fire did not break the curse, it gave Isime a glimmer of hope. She felt stronger and more resilient, as if the flames had purified her soul. Chike stood by her side, his unwavering support giving her the strength to continue their quest. They returned to the old woman, who told them that the curse could only be broken by the one who cast it. Isime realized she would have to confront her stepmother. The thought filled her with dread, but she knew it was the only way to reclaim her life. With Chike by her side, she prepared for the journey back to Udum. Isime and Chike arrived in Udum under the cover of night. The village had changed since Isime's banishment. The once thriving community was now shrouded in fear and suspicion. Isime's heart ached for her people, but she knew she had to focus on her mission. They sought out Isime's stepmother, who lived in a secluded hut on the outskirts of the village. The woman was frail and bitter, her eyes filled with hatred when she saw Isime. Isime confronted her, demanding to know why she had cursed her. The stepmother's response would reveal the depth of her jealousy and the lengths she had gone to destroy Isime's life. Isime's stepmother confessed that she had cursed her out of jealousy. She had always resented Isime's beauty and the love she received from her father. The curse was her way of ensuring that Isime would never be happy. The admission filled Isime with anger, but she remained composed. She demanded that her stepmother break the curse, but the woman refused. She claimed that the curse was irreversible and that Isime would suffer for the rest of her life. Isime refused to accept this. She vowed to find another way to break the curse, even if it meant sacrificing everything. Isime and Chike left the stepmother's hut, their hearts heavy with disappointment. They knew they had to come up with a new plan. Chike suggested they seek out the village's oldest elder, who might know of a way to break the curse. The elder, a wise man with a long white beard, listened to their story with great interest. He told them that the curse could be broken through an act of true love and selflessness. Isime and Chike were puzzled but hopeful. They decided to explore this possibility, knowing that their love for each other might hold the key to breaking the curse. The elder explained that the curse could only be broken if Isime and Chike proved their love was genuine. They would have to perform a selfless act that demonstrated their commitment to each other. Isime and Chike were willing to do whatever it took. They decided to help the village of Udum, which had fallen into disarray since Isime's banishment. They worked tirelessly to rebuild homes, plant crops, and heal the sick. The villagers, initially wary of Isime, began to see her in a new light. Her kindness and dedication touched their hearts, and they slowly started to accept her. As Isime and Chike worked to restore Udum, the village began to thrive once more. The curse, however, remained a shadow over their lives. Isime feared that their efforts would not be enough, but Chike reassured her that their love would prevail. One night, as they sat by the fire, Isime felt a strange sensation. It was as if a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. She looked at Chike, who smiled knowingly. They realized that their selfless acts had begun to weaken the curse. Hope blossomed in their hearts, and they vowed to continue their work. The elder told Isime and Chike that one final sacrifice was needed to break the curse completely. Isime would have to give up something she held dear. Without hesitation, Isime offered her most prized possession, a necklace her father had given her before his death. As she placed the necklace in the sacred fire, a bright light enveloped her. The curse was finally broken. Isime felt a sense of freedom she had never known before. She and Chike embraced, their love stronger than ever. The villagers celebrated their victory, and Isime's name was cleared. With the curse broken, Isime and Chike decided to start a new life together. They returned to the village where they had first met, welcomed by the kind villagers who had supported them. Isime felt a sense of peace and belonging she had never known before. As they built their life together, Isime and Chike dreamed of a future filled with love and happiness. They knew that their journey had been difficult, but it had also made them stronger. Together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Isime and Chike decided to formalize their love with a wedding. The entire village came together to celebrate their union. The ceremony was simple but heartfelt, filled with music, dancing, and laughter. Isime wore a dress made by the village women, and Chike looked dashing in his traditional attire. As they exchanged vows, Isime felt a surge of gratitude. She had overcome so much to reach this moment, and she knew that her future with Chike would be filled with love and happiness. The villagers blessed their union, and the celebration continued late into the night. After the wedding, Isime and Chike built a home on the outskirts of the village. It was a modest but cozy house, surrounded by fields of crops and flowers. Isime took great pride in decorating their home, filling it with warmth and love. Chike continued to farm, while Isime started a small business selling handmade crafts. Their life was simple but fulfilling, and they cherished every moment together. They often sat on their porch, watching the sunset and dreaming of the future. Months after their wedding, Isime began to feel unwell. She experienced bouts of nausea and fatigue, which she initially attributed to stress. But as the symptoms persisted, she grew concerned. Chike insisted they visit the village healer. The healer examined Isime and delivered unexpected news: she was pregnant. Isime and Chike were overjoyed but also nervous. They knew that the curse had been broken, but they couldn't help but worry about the challenges ahead. Still, they were determined to embrace this new chapter of their lives. Isime and Chike began preparing for the arrival of their child. They turned a small room in their house into a nursery, painting it in soft colors and filling it with handmade toys. The villagers offered their support, sharing advice and gifts for the baby. As Isime's pregnancy progressed, she felt a deep connection to her unborn child. She often spoke to the baby, sharing her hopes and dreams. Chak was equally excited, often placing his hand on Isime's belly to feel the baby's movements. They knew that their lives were about to change forever, but they were ready for the challenge. The day finally arrived when Isime went into labor. The village midwife was called, and Chak stayed by Isime's side throughout the process. The labor was long and difficult, but Isime remained strong, drawing on her resilience and determination. When the baby was finally born, the room filled with cries of joy. It was a healthy baby girl, with her mother's radiant beauty and her father's kind eyes. Isime and Chak named her Adana, meaning her father's daughter. They were overwhelmed with love and gratitude, knowing that their family was now complete. Life with a newborn was challenging but rewarding. Isime and Chak settled into a new routine, balancing their responsibilities with the demands of parenthood. Adana was a happy baby, bringing joy to everyone around her. Isime often reflected on how far she had come. From being an outcast to becoming a mother, her journey had been filled with trials and triumphs. She felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had overcome the curse and built a life filled with love and happiness. The village held an annual festival to celebrate the harvest. It was a time of joy and gratitude, with music, dancing, and feasting. Isime and Chak decided to participate, bringing Adana along for her first festival. The villagers welcomed them with open arms, celebrating their resilience and love. Isime felt a sense of belonging she had never known before. As they danced under the stars, she knew that she had finally found her place in the world. A few years later, Isime and Chak welcomed another child, a boy named Choku, meaning God's will. Their family was growing, and their home was filled with laughter and love. Isime and Chak worked hard to provide for their children, instilling in them the values of kindness and resilience. Adana and Choku were inseparable, their bond a reflection of their parents' love. Isime often told them stories of her journey, teaching them the importance of perseverance and hope. She knew that her children would carry her legacy forward. One day, a traveler arrived in the village, bringing news from Udum. Isime's stepmother had passed away, and the village was in turmoil. The traveler asked Isime to return and help restore peace. Isime was hesitant. She had built a new life and didn't want to revisit the past. But Chak encouraged her, reminding her of the strength she had shown in overcoming the curse. After much thought, Isime decided to return to Udum, hoping to bring closure to her past. Isime and Chak returned to Udum with their children. The village had changed since Isime's banishment, but the pain of the past still lingered. The villagers were wary of Isime, but she approached them with kindness and humility. She worked to rebuild trust, helping the village recover from the turmoil. Slowly, the villagers began to see her in a new light, recognizing the strength and resilience she had shown. Isime's return brought hope to Udum, and she knew that she had finally made peace with her past. Isime's return to Udum was not just about helping the village, it was also about healing old wounds. She visited the graves of her father and the men who had suffered because of the curse. She offered prayers and apologies, seeking forgiveness for the pain she had unintentionally caused. The villagers, moved by her humility, began to open up to her. They shared their own stories of loss and regret, and Isime listened with compassion. Together, they began to heal, their shared grief bringing them closer. Isime realized that forgiveness was not just for others but also for herself. Isime and Chak worked tirelessly to rebuild trust in Udum. They helped repair homes, replant crops, and organize community events. Their children, Adana and Choku, brought joy to the villagers, their laughter a reminder of hope and renewal. Slowly, the village began to thrive again. The elders, who had once banished Isime, now praised her for her courage and kindness. Isime felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had played a part in Udum's revival. But she also knew that her journey was far from over. The elders of Udum approached Isime with an unexpected request. They wanted her to become the village's new leader. They believed that her strength, wisdom, and compassion made her the perfect candidate. Isime was hesitant, unsure if she was ready for such a responsibility. Chak encouraged her, reminding her of all she had overcome. He believed that she had the ability to lead and inspire others. After much thought, Isime accepted the role, determined to guide Udum toward a brighter future. Her leadership marked a new chapter for the village. As the new leader, Isime had a vision for Udum. She wanted to create a village where everyone felt valued and supported. She introduced new farming techniques, built a school for the children, and encouraged the villagers to work together. Her leadership was not without challenges. Some villagers resisted change, while others doubted her abilities. But Isime remained steadfast, her resilience and determination inspiring those around her. Slowly, her vision began to take shape, and Udum transformed into a thriving community. Just as Udum was beginning to flourish, a new threat emerged. A group of bandits began raiding nearby villages, stealing crops and livestock. The villagers were terrified, unsure of how to protect themselves. Isime knew that she had to act quickly. She organized a meeting with the elders. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe *** for more captivating African folktales and inspiring stories. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest uploads.